Welcome back to Good Moms Bad Choices. I'm Erica.
And I'm Mila.
Happy Wednesday, bitches.
Happy hump day.
And I feel like I have to sing because our guests are going to come on soon and they be singing. You going to get all that bravado, bitch.
Oh, you didn't know we had all these talents,
You didn't
did
know.
you?
Oh, you didn't know about my secret singing career?
Oh, no, I know.
Oh, yeah. It's somewhere on Facebook. Not Facebook. MySpace. There's some tracks, y'all.
I think MySpace is gone.
Some fucking heat.
But I can't wait to go fucking look
You'll
it
never
up.
find it.
I can't.
They might have deleted. I think MySpace did like a mass exodus of like, that was my phone or your phone?
that was your phone.
Oh, a mass exodus of like deleting profiles that haven't done shit in like 20 years.
They did, because I really went to try and look at my profile for like a walk down memory lane, and the shit was gone, and I was pissed. I put so much work.
I know. I want to know what, like, who my top 5 friends were.
I know. The same fucking 5 friends you have now.
I
minus
know.
me.
Shit. It's true. Huh?
Have we done this before? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you gonna start with our top of the tarot?
Yeah, let's do our top of the tarot pull, guys. Let's see what's in our cards today.
Erica's becoming a professional tarot shuffler.
Ooh, you like that?
Oh.
That didn't sound so great. All right. I have pulled the Star card. Guys, this is the Star card.
It looks like a naked white woman bending down into a body of water.
I think we need to get some black cards.
We do, ASAP.
Some black tarot. Okay, so the Star card. The Star card shows a naked woman kneeling at the edge of a small pool. She holds 2 containers of water, one in her left hand, the subconscious, and one in her right hand, the conscious. She pours the water out to nourish the earth and to continue the cycle of fertility, represented by the lush greenery around her. The other container pours the water onto dry land and 5 rivulets, representing the 5 senses. So, okay, upright star. As the star follows the Tower card in tarot, it comes as a welcome reprieve after a period of destruction and turmoil. You have endured many challenges and stripped yourself bare of limiting beliefs that have previously held you back. Hello. You are realizing your core essence, who you are beneath all the layers. No matter what life throws your way, you know that you are always connected to the divine and pure loving energy, honey. You hold a new sense of self, a new appreciation for the core of your being. With the Star card, anything is possible and the magic is flowing around you.
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of magic, our full moon event is on Thursday. Yes, and so, yes, the magic is flowing. By the way, we sold out. So thank you guys so much for supporting the box and the event. I can't wait to meet you guys. Your heart is full of hope and your soul is being uplifted to the highest of highs as you realize that your dreams can really come true.
You know, every week you keep pulling that heat, baby.
I know. I'm like,
it's crazy that you pulled that card today, because literally today, me and Erica had like a pretty big meeting today. And you know what I had to tell myself? I was like feeling nervous and like jittery and all these feelings. And then even before that, you know, like something big comes up and you have these feelings of doubt, like the sabotage shit comes up. And I had to tell myself, like, bitch, you've made it all this way. And every time you think something's not going to go, everything that's supposed to happen happens just on time, just on purpose. And like, no matter what happens, it's what's supposed to happen. And I'm so connected with that energy right now that like my life is so divinely aligned that I'm not even stressed. Like, you know, we thought we were supposed to get an email back from some people. They ain't email us back. And I'm just like, you're lost, nigga. Because I'm connected. And like everything happens so divinely and intentionally and on time, and I'm just not in the space of worrying about it anymore. And I'm actually taking like the no's as congratulations that something better is coming your way.
Amen.
So I'm very aligned with the star, and also, you know, I'm the cusp of magic. I don't know if I tell y'all every week, but my birthday is June 22nd, and that is the cusp of magic, y'all. The Gemini Cancer connection is the cusp of magic. So I'm just feeling real starry and real magical, like always.
Okay, well, this card feels very aligned with who you are. So today's affirmation, speaking of dreams coming true, today's affirmation is, all my dreams are coming true.
All my dreams are coming true.
All my dreams are coming true.
Without doubt, without question, I know I deserve, and all my dreams are coming to me.
Amen.
Amen.
So on that note, I would love to...
Are you going to ask me how my week was?
Oh, I'm sorry, bitch. My bad. How was your week?
Good.
Okay.
I went to Las Vegas again.
Oh, that's right. How was that?
It was nice. I went out to dinner. It was whatever. I'm getting old. I only went out one night, and we went to the strip club, and it was interesting because the dancers are just sitting and they're wearing face coverings. Anyway, the next morning I woke up in my clothes from the night before, and as I'm removing my dress, dollar bills just keep come flowing out. And I said, "Oh my, Danielle, what happened?" And she's like, "Oh, you don't remember that guy was throwing all those ones on you, and then you were very conflicted on whether or not you should pick them up." She's like, I was like, "Should I leave them for the strippers or should I keep them? He threw them at me." She's like, "Just pick them up and give them back to the strippers." So I was very moral.
So obviously you didn't give them back to the strippers.
Apparently we did a 50-50 split.
Okay, well, makes sense.
Anyway, how was your week?
It was good. We had very different weeks. I had a tea party with my daughter. And I felt very motherly. I felt like I fulfilled my motherly duties of the weekend. It was actually beautiful, and like it's just she's growing up so fast, and I know that like one day she's not gonna want to have a tea party with me. So it was sweet and it was cute, and I miss her.
I know.
She's with her dad this week, and I'm sad.
How are we on different schedules? I thought we made our lives align, so our schedules would be the same.
Our baby daddy's not keeping the schedules.
Right. True. Okay. Well. Anyway, today we have a very special guest. I'm really excited to finally be collaborating with this very cool podcast. We're with the Gettin Grown podcast this week.
Getting.
Okay, wow. Gettin' Grown.
The most Caucasian. With the Gettin Grown podcast.
Shut up. I'm like, damn, am I saying it right? Don't try to blast me.
Bitch, you sound really Valley Girl right now. Don't be trying to.
I'm from the Valley, and so are you.
I know, but it's gay.
Okay, let me do it again. Okay, so this week we is John.
I'm honestly gonna curse you out.
We're joined by the Gettin Grown podcast. We have Jade and Dr. Keia with us today. Hi, ladies.
Hola.
What's up?
Don't be mad. I made your title like more punctual. I mean,
you added the doctor.
Yeah, I added it.
She couldn't wait. She couldn't wait to be like, I'm interviewing.
It's okay.
Interviewing a doctor.
No, it's okay.
As she should.
I have smart friends and colleagues.
My friends call me Keia. It's fine.
Thank you, ladies, for coming on the show. How are you guys doing tonight? Or today?
Thank you for having us. How are you, Keia? You go first.
I can't complain, I'm safe and I have what I need.
Amen.
So I'm trying to just remain present in that space. No matter what's going on around me, I'm safe and I have what I need.
I like that.
So I don't have any complaints.
You know what? I like that as an affirmation too, because I think a lot of times we forget that. Because we're always wanting more and more and thinking that we don't have enough. And it's like, no, we are safe. We have what we need. We have a roof over our head. We got food in the refrigerator. So
there's still much to be grateful for, even despite all the madness.
Right.
There's much to be grateful for. And I'm trying to remain in that space as we navigate these times.
Right.
But yeah, sis, what's going on, Jade? What's cracking? How are you?
Oh, I'm well. I'm a little high.
I see it in your eyes, girl.
I'm jealous.
I saw some smoke like lingering in the screen early, and I was like, "Is that incense or is she smoking?"
But I definitely was having one down with your producer before you guys came on. So,
sounds about me.
You resonated with me so much with this tea party. I too had a tea party with my daughter.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, "Bitch, look at me, mother of the year."
Right? Didn't you feel? I felt like, you can't tell me shit for like 1 month.
I'm gonna have a tea party tonight.
Look, for the next 30 days, don't tell me shit. Okay? Don't tell me shit.
And we played Switch after that. We played the Nintendo. Bitch, I did my motherly duties for the month.
Don't ask me for shit till February 15th.
That sounds about right.
When my daughter's mad at me when she's a teenager and telling me I ain't shit, I'm be like, but look at this shit. See this? We had tea parties, okay? I don't want to hear shit.
Okay, and I videotaped that shit.
Oh, me too. I got photo evidence. Don't ever tell me I didn't do shit for you. Documenting all of it.
But I'm good, and I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you, ladies, for having us. For real.
For sure, for sure.
Thank you for coming. So you are in Brooklyn and you are in Maryland?
I am. I'm right outside of DC. I'm on the Maryland DC line.
How did you guys meet? Like for our audience that is new to your guys, like how did you start your podcast, and you give us a quick brief history?
I'm originally from New York. So I was living in New York when Jade and I met. We met at a house party, very randomly. Jade lied to all of the other people in the room and said that her butt was smaller than mine. And at that moment, I was left with no other recourse but to just, defend myself and remind everyone that Jade, in fact, had the largest behind in the room.
The doctor is dragging a wagon. Quit with the lies.
There we were. No, there we were in the middle of Bobby's living room comparing both the breadth and circumference of our behind. And that is how we became friends. Because I actually was like walking, I got up to go somewhere and Jade was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm not the biggest butt in the room." And I said, "Wait a minute, sis, actually, you are." But yes, that's how we met. And
then we went to
we
Popeyes.
just through friends. Yeah, we friends of friends of friends of friends. We were all at this house party and that's how we met, and the rest is proverbial history, I guess. But our podcast started in March of 2017. Very much at the admonishment of Kid Fury. Kid Fury decided that it would be good for us to have a podcast. He approached me about it, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm not really I don't know. I'm not famous. I don't talk about the famous people's things." And he was like, "But you are a woman who gets up and goes to work every day, and there will be many women who will be able to relate to that. You don't have to be like, in a pop culture maven in order to have a podcast." And so he continued to encourage, and we resisted at first, but then, we decided like, hey, let's just give it a try. And, we started thinking it was very much going to be something that we did a couple of times, and that was it. But here we are almost 4 years later, with Gettin Grown is where we talk about the ghettos of adulting, how we just trying to figure out how the hell to be adults.
Is it ghetto or it is?
Have you figured it out yet? Send notes.
I know. y'all figured it out? Because let me know.
No, we have not.
Yeah, that's what Gettin Grown's about. It's about us figuring it out while we grown.
I think what we have figured out is that there is no figuring it out. I think it is an ongoing, never-ending process. It's an evolution. And so when you feel like you have arrived and gotten to a place where you're doing a little bit better than before, life has a way of humbling you, and we just navigate those different experiences together around the kitchen table.
Right. That's amazing. That's beautiful. I will say though, I mean, I don't know when this booty competition happened, but now
I'm going to stalk the Instagram.
Well, not even that. Now, in the day and age we are living in, people would be like, "No, I have the biggest booty. I want to have
the biggest booty in the room." I'm like, "Great. When was this?" Because everybody wants to have the biggest butt in the room, including me.
See, this is the thing. So Jade and I think when you grow up in life and you've never like Jade nor myself, we've always had big butts. So it's like now that the big butts are just now, I don't want to say just now, because I think they've always been popular, but they're more mainstream. There used to be a time where having a big butt was not, it was not something that was not celebrated, but it wasn't something that was given as much as it's given right now. So yeah, I don't know. We just never really wanted, like, we always knew we had big butts, but it was never about having the biggest.
Right.
We weren't threatened by one another's behinds. It was just like, oh,
plus niggas on the street are aggravating. So
absolutely,
that's why I wear nothing but free people pants. I try to hide this thing as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
That New York cat call is no ho.
Yeah,
baby.
Man, because, sometimes you're just not trying to be a sex symbol. You're just trying to go to the bodega and get some detergent.
Most times.
And yeah, so it's like, I'm not out here trying to be objectified by you, so I'm just living my life, so we don't have to talk about my body.
Wow,
being
a woman is like rape.
Lord.
I mean,
With a T at the end.
I mean, it is. It is. Like, and no matter what, I was just talking to my friend about this while I was in Vegas. Like, it literally doesn't matter who you are, where you live, where you're from. There has been some sort of violation, physical or verbal, period. Like, no matter what, rapey, molesty, crossing boundaries all the time. There's just like literally no fucking going around. It's almost like normalized as women. Like, the fucking massage therapist tried to touch my titty again. Like, oh girl, you gonna call him again? I don't know.
I think that's really a thing for black bodies, especially, right? And I think we can thank white supremacy for that, because we've never been human. We've always been property. So it's easy for people to just see our part.
Pat your hair.
When it's absolutely.
Oh, bitch, don't do that. I'll cut them fingers
or your breast right or anything else that they want to pat.
It's
so
true.
what are we talking about today? What we chatting about?
So I think today we wanted to talk about, like, you know, I know that you and Keia and Jade, both of you are, you know, you guys are different women, you know, like you guys have a podcast, but you have, you know, different views on things. I think me and Mila, we are similar in ways, but we definitely have different, you know, we are different views on things, different ways we parent our kids. And I think sometimes, especially as Black women, it can feel very divisive. I think we found that, like, especially sharing our truths, we have, fortunately, a really supportive community, but there are definitely people that are like, no. And I think that, you know, we're so much stronger when we come together.
And when we first started, I think there was a lot of fear for us. We knew the direction we wanted to go in, but we weren't sure how exactly that was going to be taken because we are very honest. And to the average person, we might seem a little wild. I don't know, like 1.5%. But like you said, I think it is, we're best in community and we're best in supporting each other. And one of the things that we really advocate for is no matter what, everybody's different, but like to have no judgment, you know. I think to not judge each other is really what brings us together. And even though our listeners are listening, and I know if you've listened for a long time, you probably know Erica and I's slight differences, because we are a lot alike, but there are differences. But we'd like to know more about you two.
And so we actually wanted to play a little game to get it started called Who's Most Likely To.
Oh, that's fun.
And we actually play a game on our show called Trigger, which is kind of similar. So I want you guys to just don't overthink it. Just
we're gonna flow. We're gonna have a good time. I'm just gonna roll up a little bit, and we're gonna have fun.
Okay, so who's most likely to live on a farm?
Me.
Jade.
Who's most likely to be a stay-at-home mom?
Jade.
Jade's looking like, what?
Well, I mean, I think like a working from home mom, but not not in the sense that Jade will work in a building. Like, you know, like have
if
an
it's
office
neither one
job.
of us, I'm just gonna name a bitch named Brenda. So it's just like I'm just like, that's Brenda.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna.
That's Brenda's shit. Okay.
We all know her.
Who's most likely to write a best-selling book?
Keia, Dr. Keia.
Dr. Keia. That's when the doctor comes in.
I know your listeners are gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" Can I real quick? Keia she has a PhD in higher education. She be working for these Black and brown students out here to make sure the policies are right for them. But she is like the humblest of people, and so we gotta hype her. We gotta overhype her. And she's Dr. Takia Robinson in my phone fully. So, you know,
whole government, whole government.
I've been trying to look for Keia, and it's like, no, I gotta type in the doctor first. But so that's why. So Dr. Keia, she's the one for the book.
You better take those titles, girl.
Right?
Listen, I didn't get a PhD so people could call me doctor. I mean, I appreciate it. I acknowledge it. It was definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to endure. But you know, I got a PhD because I needed it to do the work that I wanted to do. So I don't really get off on, you must call me doctor, because I'm just Keia, and I also feel like it's important for other, like, I like to be myself in uncompromising ways. Like I'm unapologetically Keia in every space. So Keia with the hoop earrings, Keia with the lashes, Keia with the blonde hair, purple hair, whatever hair I feel like having, and that does not compromise or downgrade any of my brilliance, right? I'm still, if I want to wear Jordans or pumps, I'm still in this space at this table making these decisions. And it's important because I feel like there's lots of little girls growing up, you know, in Harlem or in South Central or in Chicago or in Houston. And they need to know that they can be Dr. Whoever they want to be and still be
them.
Keia.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
I love that.
So that was a bit of a tangent. I'm very sorry.
No, I love that. I love that. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so who is the most likely to go on a solo vacation?
Probably me. Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jade.
Have a weird phobia?
I have all the phobias.
What are your phobias?
Everything.
Life.
I just like to stay inside where it's safe and I know where everything is.
Not where it's safe.
And I don't.
If it's a
That's
weird
usually.
phobia, then it'll be me. I'm the one who's going to be scared of something that doesn't make any sense.
Like Jade is scared of saran wrap or something.
Yeah, something weird. It will be me.
It does make a weird sound. I don't like the sound of plastic.
It don't feel right. I don't like it.
Everybody knows black people use foil.
Thank you.
Right.
Sheets, rolls, whatever the fuck. Foil is
Foil.
gold.
Foil.
Thank you.
You know what? Because saran wrap is it's not reliable.
No, it's annoying. It doesn't work well.
It doesn't. Sometimes
Right.
it works,
It
and
don't
then
really
sometimes it
stick.
don't. It just be.
And I don't see the utility.
It'd be like
It really
floating.
doesn't
I'm
serve
like,
a purpose.
nigga, get around, wrap it
One
around.
time I was trying to use it and I was struggling and it was sticking to each other and it was like my friend saw me struggling and she said, "Bitch, why are you even using that? You know black people use foil." I was like,
Look at the
Like,
alignment.
all of that.
I was like, you're right.
Ziploc
Throw
bag.
this shit away.
Just put it in a Ziploc bag if you need some plastic. But yeah, we tend to reach for foil.
Foil, baby.
But yeah, I'm scared of regular things like dogs and cats.
like
Like
what?
dogs and cats. And the cats,
Yeah.
both, not just one.
So like,
Both
so
animals.
like you're one of the people like if you come to my house, like you'll be like,
Put that dog away.
Yeah, I'll just stay outside.
Or
No,
mine.
I'll stay on the porch until
Yeah.
I'll stay on the porch until you know
Y'all wanna hear
we
a
decide to
story?
go somewhere else.
Even a little
You wanna hear
dog?
a story?
Huh?
I know this is not part of the show.
what?
Keia came to New York one time, and our homegirl got an Airbnb, so Keia was going to stay the night at the Airbnb. So I get to the Airbnb, the people have a cat. Of course, they included in the post. So, and our other homegirl is a cat person too, and I love cats. So the cat's there. Keia comes. She sits down. She puts her shit down. All of a sudden, my nigga jumps out from under something, and she left New York and drove back to DC at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
No,
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Not at
Yes,
3
I did.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
At that point, the adrenaline was running, and so it was like I have got to go home.
That is not even a
It
short
wasn't
drive. It's like
like-
3 hours.
4.
Was it? Good 3.5, 4. But it was like fight or flight, and I didn't have a lot of options because it was 3 a.m. So it was like, where else am I going to go?
I'm gonna go home.
In Brooklyn at 3, and so I was like, okay, well, I've got gas and I've got my car, so I know where I will be able to go, and that is home, and that's what I do.
Okay, so I think Keia wins the.
You
I
know,
think she wins the phobia.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that, I mean, you have to also add that, like, you know, I actually got to the Airbnb, like, they weren't there, and nobody told me about a cat.
Because they knew your ass was
And so,
going to leave.
Well, no,
Actually didn't.
our friend said that she just forgot. She said, you know, I forgot to mention it. I didn't, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I had never shared with anyone that I don't really do animals. So, you know, it just didn't come up in conversation. I didn't fault anybody. And I didn't even feel bad. I just went home. I got into the apartment, and the cat just came out and was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Oh, you got it." And I just left. Like, oh.
Not even. You didn't even try to go in a room and close the door and shut the cat out. You said, "Fuck it all together. I'm not fucking."
I was like, this your house. Evidently, I'm intruding. So I'm going to get my thing, and I'm going to go.
But you know what?
Because I don't want to.
I don't fuck with cats at all either. I do not fuck with cats. They're sneaky looking. They're not friendly. They're rather feminine.
I don't like cats either, but I've been told I'm like a cat.
I've been told the same thing. That's
Yeah,
probably
I'm
why.
a cat.
But I'm like, look, there can only be one big cat in the room, nigga. So you got to go. There's only one of us. Like,
Oh well, I'll be the resident cat lady.
and I'm allergic too, so
No.
Same.
I would have been in the car with Keia. Like, all right, let's bust it out. Let's bust it out. I'm going to your house.
We're gonna put
So
these
my-
windows
my-
down.
my
We're
next
gonna
question-
turn on our music. We're gonna get home.
my next question was gonna say who's most likely to skydive, but I think I already know the answer to that.
Oh, that's Brenda.
That bitch Brenda.
That's
Brenda probably would do it. I feel like no, I wouldn't. I feel like I would bungee jump.
No, I would rather skydive than bungee jump. I don't think
I feel like it would have to be like on some tropical over some water because I can swim or something, like something like that. But I feel like
You're not scared of
more-
fish?
I can. Well, no, because fish aren't afraid of people. Fish don't run up on you like dogs and cats. They want to be in your business.
Okay.
Fish
Fair.
disperse when they see people.
True.
Usually.
Okay.
That was funny.
Okay. Who's most likely to have the best poker face?
Jade.
Yeah.
I see her.
don't have a poker
I see her
face.
smoking face, and it looks like a poker face. So I'm gonna say,
Thank you very much.
she's chilling. She like,
I just relax. It'll be me. Kia,
Everybody's
don't-
always telling me, what's wrong? Nothing. What is the matter? Nothing, girl.
Who's the good cop and who's the bad cop between the two of you?
Jade's a bad cop.
You think so?
Well, I don't know. It depends on the situation, I would have to say. But I guess I'm thinking like bad cop in terms of like if we think about SVU, who's more likely to bang somebody's head on the table? That would be Jade.
I don't know.
I would be the one. I would be the one who would. I would probably antagonize.
she's interrogating. You're doing
The
the
physical?
harassing.
She's good at the yeah. This is okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
I would.
fair,
I
fine.
would interrogate. I would antagonize you mentally. I would break you mentally. But you are gonna elbow somebody in the eyeball.
Not in the
am,
terms of
especially if
SVU,
they don't do what I need. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like literally,
Jade is
I
Elliot
see the
Sable.
whole like scene right now.
I do.
I can see it. Like I can see Jade walking around with her
Jade is
blunt,
Elliot
like
Sable.
circling,
Yes.
circling like the nigga. Like, is that what they? Is that what
You know
happened?
you done fucked up, right? You know you done
And
fucked
I'm
up.
Olivia Benson. I'm Olivia Benson. Like Jade,
Relax. I'm going to get to this.
can't do that.
But in everyday life, I think I'm very nice. I'm nice.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about like mean or nice. I'm just talking about good cop, bad cop. Like
Okay,
you know.
all right, fine.
That
I'll
didn't
take
mean
it.
that you
I
were
own
mean.
Who's
I'll
most
own
likely?
it.
Who's most likely to be petty?
Kia.
I mean, first of all, her face looked guilty as hell. Like, damn, it's me. And then when she,
Like,
Me?
I paused because I was like, Jay, you want me to say it or you going to say it?
I'm a troll, but you're most likely to be petty.
Okay, I guess I give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
oh my God.
Jade is the troll.
I am a
That's
troll.
true. Trolling and being petty are not mutually exclusive. So I'll
Thank
give you that.
you. Thank you.
Okay, so I have a few more questions, and some of these questions are based on some of the dumbass shit me and Jamila have done.
Okay.
So we can find out who's the Jamila and who's there. Who's most likely, if you were single, to slide into Michael B. Jordan's DM?
Brenda.
Brenda.
Not my type, nigga. Not my type.
And I don't know.
She said, nigga, not my type. Not my type.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to be clear that was Erica. Erica had a dream about Michael B. Jordan and decided that she would slide into his DMs with like a 4-paragraph love letter. Four paragraphs.
That's my homegirl Antoinette. Shout out to Around the Way Curls. I got to shamelessly plug everywhere. Antoinette slid right. She constantly
listen.
posts Allen Iverson in her stories,
Alan, though?
and
What?
she speaks to him as if they are together. The
I
other
feel
night
like
we went
that's doable. We can find Alan.
I feel like that's yeah.
That's reachable.
It's doable. But yeah, no, that would be Brenda. I think Brenda would slide into Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, all I'm saying is that look, Michael's with Lori Harvey now. Before he was only with white women, and so I didn't think I had a chance. So I unsent the message, but now I wish I would have left the nigga the message.
I'm like,
because
truly,
I could have been on the
you're
yacht.
not-
I
you're
could have
like
been on the
a-
yacht in St. Bart's right now, posing in fucking Chanel vintage
I'm
bathing
seeing
suits.
both. I think you're a happy medium between a white woman and Lori Harvey. That's not shade, I promise.
You know, the episode is over. Cut the tape. I'm out.
You have to indulge Jade because it's not often she gets to
Look.
to
Meanwhile,
say somebody for being like-
Meanwhile, me and
She's like, she
Jade look
couldn't
the
wait.
same. We look like we could be sisters.
What you mean?
Okay.
I got orange undertones.
Girl,
Not the orange.
Girl.
Jade is a little more pink.
look, girl,
Jade is a
don't
little more
don't
pink.
let this bad lighting confuse you. We are the
I know,
same
you know,
shade.
I put on the
You
warm
have to
light.
let
I'm not gonna
Jade
hold you. I
live.
put on the warm light.
She's usually the lightest in the room, so we have to
Turn
let her
this
live.
light off.
You want me to warm the light up, baby?
Y'all want me to change it? Hold on, I'm gonna make you feel better, Erica. There we go.
Oh, you look
Not the icy
no,
blue.
now you look a little green. I don't know.
Now you look gray.
Put on the blue.
You look gray. Just put it back.
There we
Just
go.
put it back.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so who's most likely to join a cult?
Come on, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
Brenda.
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 Get away with murder?
Mm-mm.
Me.
Jade.
Who's most likely to take off their top and dance topless at the party?
Brenda.
Brenda.
Brenda. These titties, everybody can't have these titties. My titties are exclusive.
They're very exclusive.
Very exclusive
They're
titties.
super exclusive. Most people think I'm a stud, so
No, shut up. Shut up, Jade.
which is just fine. I'm like, these titties are very exclusive, and only a select few niggas have seen them.
So exclusive, you might think I was a stud, but I'm not.
So, yeah, and I love studs. Now, let's just be clear. I don't want nobody coming after me now.
Oh my! I love studs too. I had a short, long lesbian lifestyle in Atlanta where I
Wait,
dated.
not short. Wait, what's short long?
It was like 4 years.
She's a former lesbian.
I'm a former lesbian.
Okay.
So I still,
Okay, great.
so I still associate with the community. I still consider myself family, but I just haven't been quite interested in having.
What are you, adjacently LGBTQ+?
I'm a former LGBTQ plus, so I still identify with the family. Like, hey family, hey girl. I always like
That's
if I see
fair.
like a lesbian now, I always try to like if you see black people out, you're like, same. Let them know, hey, what's up?
So it's like being at the family reunion. You're not really with the cousins, but you're a cousin.
You're a cousin, yeah. So
Yeah, there you go.
So I know
I'm
all
not
of-
mad at it.
I would say more like a stem. You maybe could pass as a stem, Jade.
Thanks.
Just
Let
a
me put on some
soft
lip
stud.
gloss.
A soft stud. You got the hoops in.
Wait, what does the stem mean again?
Right.
A stem is like a soft stud. So there's like studs, there's stems, there's soft studs, there's touch me nots.
Look, Jay's like, let me put some lip gloss on. I'm a stem. Let me stem it up.
That would be a step.
Wait, okay. Speaking. Okay, well, we're very nosy. So speaking of lesbian things, have any of you guys ever dated or had sex with women? Have you been interested in women?
I have not.
Not your thing.
Nah, it's not my zhuzh.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was a former lesbian. Erica's bi fun, which means when she's had 2 cups of tequila, she wants to be bi for fun,
This is a title that she's put on me. I don't know.
and it works.
Bi fun.
She's recently tried to move more into full bi, but I don't think it's working for her, honestly.
No. What's wrong?
I don't know. I just
What's
love.
happening?
I like dick. I don't know. I just,
She's not as committed
that-
as she wants to be.
Okay, that's you got to know yourself, queen. You got to, you have to.
I recently
Figure it out.
So me and Jamila are both single, and so I recently actually broke up with my boyfriend maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and I was like, you know what? Let me just like, I'm bi fun, but maybe I'm like more than bi fun. Maybe like I just gave myself this label, and like I really haven't explored it. Let me like maybe go see what's happening over here. And so, I went on a few dates with. I met a girl, and I went on a few dates with her, and I actually really like her, and she's I feel like we could be really great friends, but I don't know if like, I don't know. I just don't know if like, I don't know. I just.
She feels like she's just having an appetizer and she's waiting for the entree after.
Like when we're intimate, I'm always like, this is great, but like, it wouldn't be greater if like,
Where's the meat?
there was like a dick here or something. Like,
Maybe maybe you incorporate a different lifestyle. Maybe you explore the poly lifestyle.
That would be me.
Okay.
She claims,
All right,
but
so
Jamila,
which one of you is most
Jamila,
likely
Jamila jealous as hell. She claims she poly.
No, I'm really not.
She'd be like, let me see, who's your girlfriend? Let me see her. She's ugly. I hate her.
That's not true.
I'm like, girl, you're supposed to be poly.
That's not true.
You're supposed to love the girlfriend.
I love everyone usually. I
Usually.
I would love the other person if I liked them in real life.
Okay.
I'm open. You know I have an open lifestyle now. You know I'm poly and I have an open lifestyle. Don't try to shame me.
Okay.
Everybody knows I'm on this new poly lifestyle.
Oh, right. you sound like you're convincing
Said
yourself.
it like it's
Right?
She said it like it's keto.
No, I'm just keep trying to convince you to believe me.
I know. I'm like, there's a lot of convincing here happening.
What a hater! Wow.
She said it like she's trying the keto diet.
Keto diet.
What'd you say?
She says like you're on the keto diet or something. I'm on the poly lifestyle.
I'm trying this. I'm very much.
Very much. Everything goes. I'm okay with it.
I'm gonna choke.
Listen, enjoy yourself, okay?
Poly, yeah, it does sound like you're on the keto diet. That's a great analogy.
I mean, ask me in 2 months. I don't know. I might have shifted, but right now,
I'm going to slide into your DMs and ask. I'm going to say, what's going on? What's the update?
I mean,
I want to know.
In 2 months, fine, 8 weeks.
I feel like this lifestyle is going strong for me.
Okay.
Until I'm ready for marriage,
Oh,
and then maybe we'll rethink it.
you're getting married?
Not right now.
You're into marriage?
I've always been into marriage. I want to wear that fucking dress. I want that ring, bitch. You know I'm into marriage.
Oh, Lord.
Have either of you guys been married before?
I'm married.
Jade is married now.
Oh, you're married.
Oh, I didn't know that. How long have you been married?
6 years.
Oh, Jade's married. Keia, you're married too? Oh, okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. 6. And Jade, how old is you have a son? And how old is your son?
I have a daughter.
A daughter.
I have a 7-year-old. Yeah, people get confused sometimes because her name is Noah. But I have a 7-year-old daughter. She'll
I like
be
that.
8 this year.
I like Noah for a
She'll be
girl.
8 this year. Thank you. How old are your kids?
6.
5. She might as well be 6. I'm gonna start telling people she's 6. She's 5, but she's about to be 6, going on 16.
Oh yeah, that's the age, honey. When they're little teenagers, it's just gonna continue.
Oh no,
Get ready.
I'm super stressed out about it.
I don't want to deal with that.
The other day, mine put
let it
toilet
happen.
paper in her bra. And I was like, where the fuck did you see that?
That's a bra?
Not her bra, like her
Wait,
shirt.
her bra?
Her
Wait,
I meant her shirt. Her shirt.
Her little
I'm like,
undershirt.
sounds like you're an enabler. Like,
I did buy her. Okay, first of all, this is a whole show about non-judgment and no shaming, and here you are.
No, I was not judging. I was curious.
I'm talking to Erica's
That
ass.
was
I'm talking to this
that
bitch
was
next to
total
me.
curiosity.
Don't feel bad. That's what they do. They get it from Disney. And
That's what I said. It's from
Nickelodeon and all that
TV.
shit.
And I did. She has really been into crop tops, and so I did buy her some like gymnastics crop tops because growing up as a child, I felt like my parents everything was grown, and like my white friends could wear glitter makeup and like wear certain clothes and dye their hair, and my parents were like everything was fucking grown, and because it was grown, guess what I would do? I would leave and go sneak and do that shit at my friends' houses where their parents allowed it. So I just feel like I'd rather indulge her a little bit than like act manic over the shit that little girls are going to do either way and make her feel bad or shamed or groan about it, because you're just mimicking what you see. I mean, like the toilet paper was a bit much. I was like, all right, chick, relax.
That makes sense. That means you can like control it and provide parameters around it. So like, I also grew up like that where everything was grown, and I wish that my mom would not given grown such a negative stigma to me as a young person, because I mean, after I got grown, it took me a long time to be comfortable, moving in this grown adult body, because for so long I had been shamed for it. So I fully, I think that's dope that you provide. Like, I think we should create space in our homes for kids to explore things and where you can give them context around, is this too adult for you? Perhaps, like, whatever, but just kind of saying that's grown, like without really explaining anything.
You being fast.
And fast.
yeah, those
right.
are the two favorite words in
the Black House, the household of, oh my God, I could pass out just hearing that shit right now. It's literally.
I don't
If I had a shot for every time.
Literally. And then I ended up being a little grown ass little teenager because you kept fucking calling me grown. Couldn't wait to get out the house and be grown.
No, she's gonna have a safe space with you. She's gonna have a good relationship with you because at this point you've created a space where she can be honest and she can be herself. And then she's not gonna be pressed to do certain stuff when she gets to a certain age because it's like, my mom let me do that shit at home.
It's like we've talked about that. I'm not pressed about that.
Word.
That's not something that's completely foreign to me.
Right. That's how I feel.
I love it.
I mean, that's even how I feel with like our daughters. You know, they both know that we smoke weed. We don't hide it from them, and you know, I know that that's you know, it's for us because we you know, we live in LA, so to us it's not a controversial topic. But for a lot of people listening, they live in states where weed is like the same as crack. You know, so like, or you know, it's a drug, and what is that?
Oh, It's Just a Plant.
Book.
I've been meaning to order that book. It's Just a Plant.
Yes.
Right. And
It's
so
so good.
And like my daughter really like, I mean, she's only 5. So, I mean, I say this now and we'll see in the next, you know, 5 to 10 years, but she really has no interest. She is like, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure my daughter will not be smoking weed. She gets annoyed.
Your
She's
mom
like,
your daughter's a rule follower. She does not break rules.
I know. Thank you, God. Thank you. Because I don't know where that came from. Because I don't know because I was not a rule follower. You told me no, I'm like yes. And she will jump. She like when Luna is over there like trying to convince her to do something, she's like, let me ask my mom.
Luna will ask. Irie will ask me for Luna. I'll ask your mom for you. I'm like. She'll be like, I will be right there, and then Luna will be like, Irie will be like, is that okay? Is that okay, Jamila? Is that okay? I'm like, it's fine. I can hear you guys.
Are they best friends?
Yes, they're sisters. They call each other sisters right now. She asked me in front of Shia, Mom, are me and Irie sisters? I was like, yes.
Well, see,
she's like, told you we're sisters.
Well, my daughter is a rule follower, and so she wasn't convinced that she was a sister because, according to the rules, she's technically not a sister. So, it took me a while to convince my daughter that Luna was her sister. I was like, she's your sister. She's your best friend. She's like, but she's not. Like, she's not. Are you her mom?
I think conceptually.
Like,
she thinks very conceptually
I know.
about things. I think that's
what's her
amazing.
sign?
She's a Taurus.
Earth sign.
Yeah. What are you guys?
What's yours?
I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Cancer.
I'm a Virgo.
Okay.
He is a Sag, but she don't believe in none of that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, when's your birthday? I'll tell you.
She like
Sag.
Jason.
When's your birthday?
Sagittarius. December the 20th.
Oh, nice. You're right on the cusp too. My daughter's a Sag too.
But speaking of like that, so you don't believe in astrology or follow astrology. Is that based in religion or your religious beliefs, or that, you know, it's...
Yeah, it's just not something that I was raised around. And, you know, it wasn't something I was taught about. So I don't really follow it, at all. But I don't judge anybody for doing it. I just know that it's not something that, you know, I connect with or resonate with.
I think
But we had fun with it. I'll tell Keia something about her chakras, and she'd be like, "I don't have no chakras."
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm chakraless.
Like, I don't have any
Chakraless.
chakras. I don't have any chakras.
Keia,
I'll be like, I'll be looking at my Bible like, I don't have any chakras.
no,
She like, so where...
John 2:33 said nothing
like,
about the chakras.
I don't see any chakras in here. I don't look.
Let me search my Bible search real
I
quick.
don't find
Nope.
it. I have not found it. But it, you know, soon as I see it in there, we'll have a conversation. But until then, I don't see it. I'm just scrolling.
You know.
But no, it's fine.
You know what, Keia? I am happy that you're here today because, you know, I would call us heathens, and I just
Speak for yourself.
I'm just.
Oh, Jesus.
I would.
Jade's like, yes.
I would call us heathens too.
Actually, in fact, I think you did call yourself a heathen on our first phone call.
I was like, oh, that's my people.
Oh my gosh.
But like, I'm sure we have listeners. I mean, we have all types of listeners. Like, everyone can't be as heathen and wild as us. It just doesn't. It doesn't exist. We are two one of a kind friends. But I like, just on the topic of women being different and women coming together in community and like not judging each other. I'll admit, like, I have definitely said some inappropriate things about religion before, like Bible thumpers, or like, don't say that the Christians are not going to like us. So I can firsthand admit that, like, because I know I'm so heathenish and vocal that like sometimes if I meet someone and they're like, okay, so for instance, one time I was getting my hair braided, my cousin was getting her hair braided and I came over to visit and she had another friend there that I had never met before. Anyway, I'm real hippy dippy and I, you know, in mid conversation, I spotted some sage. I started lighting the sage and I took it upon myself to start smudging everybody, which is literally just taking the smoke around everybody's head to feet. Mid-conversation. Didn't ask permission, didn't think about it. Just thought, I'm doing everybody a grand favor. Just clearing the energy. Everybody wants their smudge sage today, so here I am. So this one girl was there, and she was like, no, get that shit up out. I was like, what have I done? She was like, I'm a Christian. I was like, what does that mean? It's just sage.
Come on, what does that mean? So, okay, I'm glad that you said that. So the thing is, you know, I know who I am. I know what I believe. And it's taken me, so I believe that I'm not offended by difference. Difference is not a threat to me. I think that indifference and you know, dissonance and sometimes confusion in places where we don't line up, it's lots of opportunities for learning and understanding. And, you know, I think me being around people who don't believe what I believe strengthens my belief even further. It's not a threat to it. It makes me dig down and really understand and really seek to be clear about why I believe in what I believe. So I think a lot of times, and I think it's not unfounded, right? So I think religion has been used inappropriately. I think a lot of people have used it to do some hateful, harmful, hurtful things. And as such, it's gotten a bad rep, right? And so I have had to kind of interrogate that on my own in terms of, you know, what I believe in, where things line up and where they don't. And I think where I land is, you know, respect and love. And I mean, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. And I believe that as a Christian, it's my duty, my responsibility, my aim, my aspiration to live life like he did. And Jesus did not hang around a bunch of church folks. It was church folks.
I thought you meant to say heathens. I was like, oh no.
No. Jesus, but
Hung
Jesus
around the
did.
hoes, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Jesus was hanging around the heathens.
Jesus was hanging around unseemly people who did not, you know, fall neatly. And I say that with the air quotes. Now, I'm not judging anybody on here, because I feel like I'm so caught up in my own relationship with Jesus Christ. I don't have time to police anybody else's. So I don't deem, you know, I can't condemn anybody to hell because I'm trying to keep myself out. So whatever decisions you make is between you and the God that you serve and who you believe in. I'm just literally trying to make sure that I'm okay over here. And so when people have different beliefs or different, you know, perceptions or understandings or perspectives, or, you know, it doesn't shake me. And I think that that's something that a lot of church folks, I'm not going to call them Christians, a lot of church folks struggle with, right? We so threatened by difference. Because I think that's a lot of that has to do with insecurity, but I'm secure in who I am and what I believe and why I believe it. So if somebody believes differently than me, it doesn't mean I can't have a conversation with them. It doesn't mean I can't be their friend. It just means what it means. Like, you know, like Jade, you know, I mean, I think this is something that I've come to really love about my friendship with Jade, because we are connected as people. And we respect one another as people so much that it's not even a tolerance. It's more like I embrace Jade for who she is, and Jade embraces me for who I am. And so even though Jade is not, I don't want to say it like this, but like Jade is not a praying person. Like you don't see her and be like, Jade going to drop down and pray us all to heaven. But if Jade, somewhere. Like when I'm, you know what I'm saying? And like saying like she connects with God differently than how like conventional church folks. But when Jade knows that I'm upset, or when Jade knows that I'm bothered about something, she knows that that's the way where I go to what gives me peace. Jade will say, let's pray, or Jade will pray. And so the fact that she's willing to, she knows that about me, and she's willing, you know, that's why I will never, you know, I think that that's beautiful. I think that that's what Christ intended. I think that's when we really get in Christianity right, is when we can sit around and have conversations with folks who believe fundamentally differently than we do, but it doesn't have to be F that, oh, F you, you stupid. It don't have to be that. It's just like, okay, that's different for me. Okay. Because even when y'all was reading the tarot card at the beginning, I was over here like, okay.
whatever.
Go ahead. I was over here, and I wasn't shaking. It wasn't like, oh God, what I'm going to do. Oh my God, blah, blah. It don't bother me, because everybody who knows me, because I live the life that I live, they know who I am. I'm not threatened. I'm not worried people going to be like, oh girl, the kid was on a podcast, they wasn't reading the tarot. Like, it don't threaten me.
We saw you on that podcast with those tarot cards, girl. You don't have to go to church on Sunday.
It's like, the Lord was here with me as they were reading the tarot cards.
The Lord is present in the tarots.
Nobody combusted. We did not. We did not become a pillar of salt in that moment. Everyone survived.
Look, I'm not here to compare the tarots to scriptures, but but they are messages. You know what I mean? Like, each one is a message, and I feel like ultimately, I think whether you are religious, spiritual, we're all connected in a way that we know that there's something bigger than us here. We know that there's something bigger, and that when unfortunately most people, when times are rough, then that's when, like, they're like, I need something. I feel like there's something that I'm missing, and
when you need help.
But that feeling is that feeling of that bigger power, that knowing that we are so small, and and that there is a bigger power, whether it's God, whether it's Buddha, I
just feel like it's just everyone has different names for what that higher power is, and labeling is just like, honestly, like, words, we're so limited in communication with just words. This is the only way we know how to communicate, so but there are feelings and powers and things that are much larger than us, and like, even religion is limited, even God or Jesus or Buddha or Allah or spirit. I be calling God spirit, or she, her, him, them.
Same. Yeah.
Whatever you'd like to call it. I do, I believe in God for sure. And I grew up in a household that was not religious at all. Like, my dad told me, like, Jesus is some white man the white people made up to.
Oh, no.
And, like, literally, that was just like, but my grandmother was super religious, but then also, like, smokes weed and, like, does mushrooms.
Go ahead, Nana.
But but even in college, I went to school at Clark, whereas, like, down south is very religious and very Christian. And my best friend, who I went to college with, who's still my best friend, who we were roommates the majority of the time, we would wake our asses up on Sunday and go to church every Sunday without anyone telling us to. This is in college, party all weekend, go to church on Sunday. And I do strongly feel that, like, whatever it is that you do, like right now, Erica and I manifest together, which is our form of prayer. We pray together all the time. And I wouldn't think 5 years ago, like a praying woman, but we pray together all the time, and we see the power in that, asking God to protect our friendship, asking God to protect our brand, our business, to protect our children, like, and our journey. And, like, even with the tarot, or I'm just like the type of hippie that, like, any sign from anything, I'd be like, oh my God, it was a sign from God. I'd be like, okay. I'd be praying, like, God, give me a sign. Then turn on the radio. They'd be like, yes, yes, yes. I'm like, yep, that's what I needed. Yep. Answer's yes. I'd be like, first word I see, that's the answer. I'd be like, yep, no, okay. I'm like, God, speak to me, however way you can. I pick up any kind of card. I pick up anything. I'd be like, please, God, give me a sign right now. So I think it's beautiful to be able, just like you said, like, you can come into this setting with, and I'm sure you guys you podcast with all type of people all the time, as do we. Sometimes you've never even seen or speak to those people before, like, like this. And I think as humans, and especially as women and as Black women, it is so easy to, and as humans, let's just be real, like, we judge. We think, right. We see something, we evaluate it, we make a decision. That's how that's a part of our system, how we label. And so, like, as we grow, and as we both have these shows and these, like, brands built in growing unapologetically and correcting ourselves, because I'm sure you've said things, recanted it, there are just all these all these levels of growing. I think if we can, like, be community and see each other's differences and say, you know, you could believe in this and have those hard conversations, it really makes shit so much better. And that's where you really grow, because, you know, you know, I could think one way and then have a conversation about Keia and totally walk away with a completely different perspective of what I thought religious women were like, or Christian women were like, and that like, oh, don't, you know, I don't want her to come because she's not gonna be happy when I take my shirt off at the party, because you know I'm gonna take my shirt off at the party. You know what I mean? But
Kia's definitely been to the strip club with me, right? Like
enjoy yourself.
Keia will throw one,
but enjoy yourself.
She'll
right?
go to church on Sunday and she's gonna sing in 3 different services. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be. But we do love each other for our differences. I pray in a different way than Keia, but if I need to pray with Keia in a way that I know that's gonna resonate with her, if she's dealing with something, that's what I'm gonna do. You know, and because that's what spirit should move you to do. This is about humanity, right? So I think our foundation as Black women should come into play more than anything, and how we love one another.
Absolutely.
And
for sure, I think our difference is where the beauty. That's where the beauty is. The beauty is in the difference. And I think, and I, you know, I'm in a place in my life and my scholarship, you know, in my studies, where I feel like, you know, white supremacy is responsible for everything. So I think that what it was, I think when we think critically about what it meant for us to be property in this country, and we think about the implications of that, what that has done, I think it is the cause for all of the division that exists, because we were pit against one another. We were socialized to compete and compare and draw each other down, because we were taught that there was only just a few spaces that we were all fighting for, when the reality is it's enough space out here for all of us to win, because we're supposed to be winning, being ourselves, not trying to be like the next person. And so, and like you said, difference is where the learning is. I study organizational learning and organizational change, thinking about what institutional leaders need in order to catalyze and push change agendas on their, and, you know, within their organization. So everyone has these inclusion and diversity statements, right? And so we have these lofty aspirations for, we want to be an equitable and inclusive organization, but we look at our practice and how we behave, it is the opposite of inclusion. And so in reading the literature around like how organizations learn, it is not by similarity, it is by difference. It is not by success, it is by failure. So it actually requires us to embrace the areas where we disconnect, the things, because I mean, only when we do that is where we can kind of, those are the opportunities for us to learn, you know, different perspectives and what other people are going through, and see where the similarities are, because they exist. So like, we're all about community on Gettin Grown. I learned so much from sharing space and time with women who are different than me, because I don't learn anything from being around a bunch of people who are just like me, who think like I think. So yeah, I mean, all of that. I think we have to, if we really going to get to a place where we can hold white folks accountable for all of the ways in which the world is divided, that means we have to stand up in the ways that we divide ourselves.
Absolutely. Amen. That's for real. That I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more. And I didn't say amen to be an asshole. I really mean that, because I really mean, all the time. I really mean that. I really do mean that. I think that's I think that really is also like, yeah, the beauty in what we do. And it's kind of like I didn't even know that was what I was doing, you know, and
right, because we was all socialized to do it.
Right.
They taught us how to do it in grade school. It's all about being the first, being the best. Mm-hmm. And if I got to step on my sister's neck to do it, then so be it.
Or even not being the same. Like, we're not the same, we can't be friends. I can tell Keia I'm working on my altar this weekend, and she's like, that's beautiful.
What's she putting on it? What goes on something like that?
I'll be like, I don't know what it means, but I think that's great for you.
I don't really think about that, but I'm happy that is bringing you joy. See? I'm happy that is
she's like, I love that for you. I love that for you.
Yes.
I'm gonna send you a candle.
Thank you.
I've been I've been reading a book for 4,500 days because that's how long it takes one mom to finish a book, 4 years.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I've started post-traumatic slave syndrome. And it really touches on how much of slavery is still deeply rooted in our
sure.
behaviors subconsciously as just as human beings. And like it's so deep and so crazy, and like even the way we talk about our kids, even the way we think about ourselves, the way we think about like money, scarcity, it's just all these little things, these subconscious,
all of that,
these small things that we have to like really first know and acknowledge to start changing.
To change.
And
Absolutely.
it's so crazy. And it's true. Like I remember my parents are from Philly, so I spent a lot of time in Philly growing up. And every year we go, like my whole family, like the aunts, the uncles, the cousins, we go to Philly for like 2 weeks. And we're taking some of the kids to the movie theater, and everybody got some ghetto cousins and shit, who had kids real young and shit, and they got a bunch of them. Anyway, we're taking all the kids to the movie theater, and one of the girls, one of my little girl cousins, she had to have been like 9. We was at the movies, and another little girl walks by, and she goes, she thinks she cute. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, she is cute.
Bless your heart.
And I was I was appalled by this comment from this 9-year-old. But, looking back, it's all these things, that there's a competition, that someone else thinks they're cute or is cute, and you
and
feel,
because of that you're less,
and you feel threatened by that immediately.
Exactly.
And how young that started. This 9-year-old, she had to be like 8 or 9 at the time, and I was just so happy that I caught it, because Luna maybe was like 2, and I was just like, damn, is this what I have to look forward to? Like, but there are so many times
about what you pour into your kids too, though.
Right, and how you pour in, and how I let I'm very conscious of how my daughter sees me interact with other women, and sees me complimenting other women, and sees me fall down, and sees me cry, and sees me try again. But it's just that comment, it really set the tone, and it made me think about my childhood and about times where I may have felt that way, or not felt enough, or felt like we're from the Valley, so I went to school we're like one of 3 black people. So like if I was going to get in the pool, how my hair was going to fringe up, and like all these things. But I am happy to be an adult and be in this space, and to connect with different types of women, black and white and other, and kind of break down these rules and these things that we've accepted as just life, and they're not.
And I think also just not even the kids though, like I feel like it's not our duty, but even as an adult, having to check adults and be like,
it's our responsibility,
and be like, not just kids, like, yo, why are you hating? Why are you for what? You know what I mean? Like, you always are talking shit. Why?
It's not about, it's like calling up instead of calling out. It's like, finding ways to just raise people's awareness.
Raise people's vibration.
Around.
Right.
Right. Like you don't even realize, like, we've been steeped, like tea bags. We've been steeped in all of this, like, hatred and division. It is the American way. It is as American as apple pie and French fries. It is our calling card. It is our cultural value is to be, individualistic and divisive in these ways. And if we don't call it out, if we don't hold each other accountable, and I think that, I was thinking about this last night because, that child, what's that child's name? Danny Lay.
I saw that.
Why she do that? Wait. Okay. She made a song. She made a song about basically
being yellow bone,
and that's why your nigga like me.
And so there was a couple people, yes. And so there was a couple people on the Shade Room comments that were saying, y'all overreacting. She got a right to do blah, blah, blah. And then there were other people who were saying like, we should, show her compassion. We should, she's young, and give her time and space to kind of process and think through these things. And I echo that. I'm like, I agree. but compassion and accountability can
Both.
coexist.
I was gonna say, can we combine those two?
I think we can be compassionate and acknowledging and extend grace, because we understand. I've been 26 years old and said stupid things. But you also have to hold people accountable, especially people who have huge platforms of 3 million followers. There's a responsibility that comes with that. You don't just get the perks, the checks, the things that come with having a huge platform. You also have a responsibility to be conscious of what you say and how it affects the rest of the world, the rest of the
and
audience.
your community.
And I think we've got to get to a place where we can compassionately, me calling you out, bringing something to your attention about something doesn't mean that I'm a hater. It doesn't mean that I hate you. It doesn't mean that I want to see you fail. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to drag you. It means that I want, like, just in the ways I want my friends to call me out and let me know if I'm doing something that makes them feel bad or is harmful in some way. It's like, girl, you need to know that it's ignorant for you to say these things, and you cannot be who you are and have what you have and be this reckless. Period. And I don't care if you're 21 or 26 or 30.
And also, how many people heard this goddamn song before it came out? Like, how many people heard the song and didn't say anything and didn't say, like, yo,
is this does the song say your nigga wants me because I'm light skinned?
Yes, basically, yes, essentially.
Because I heard the apology. I mean, obviously, I can't.
And then her dude, who's the baby, then did like put like yellow emojis under like yellow hearts, and I was like, I was like, this is also the problem with with black men too, who like, and me, I'm a light skinned black woman, and like the amount of times, and I only date black men. The amount of times I've heard a black man tell me, you're like my dream girl, you're light skinned, and me having to be like, that's not a compliment. Like, why? That's like, what are you talking about? Your mother is
your daughter. Your
woman.
daughter will likely look like you. And what does that say about you and how you and the way you talk about the women that raised you and the women you came from? Say when you make comments like that. I mean, we live in LA, so we hear all the stupid comments from all the black men, but what I did hear her say in her apology, because I was up at 4 a.m. looking at Shade Room, because that's what you do. She said something, which, first, I guess she's 26, and I was just like trying not to get into it because I can get like deeply riled up about stupid shit. But again, like, she's 26 and I can't make you sound smart. But she was like, one of the things she said in this apology was like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, dark-skinned women have songs talking about being dark-skinned. And I was like, oh, you shouldn't. You probably could have left that out. You probably could have shut the fuck up about that.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Not the same, right? I think we get so lost and caught up. Like, this shit is so much bigger than personal prejudices and biases. It's so much bigger than it's not okay for, whether or not it's okay for a man to prefer a light-skinned woman. It's bigger than that. We're talking about systems. We're talking about power structures, privilege systems. And this young lady, who is a white Latina, right, who has the privilege of associating herself, like she can take her blackness on and off. If she says that she's a black person in the Latinx community, then that's, we believe that. Or she can say that she's not. So we have to acknowledge that in and of itself is a privilege, because I'm black everywhere I go. I can't say that I'm not black. So so the thing about that is, like, we have to really, it pained me to watch her apology, because it was like, I think we all get further faster if we really think about these things and call them what they are. These are systems and structures and ideologies that we have to combat. We have to recognize that it is like, light-skinned women being preferred because of their proximity to whiteness.
Absolutely.
And then talking about anti-blackness. And I don't know, people like to call me deep and all extra, but I just feel like this is who I have to be. Because, I mean, there's no point in me reading and learning this stuff if I don't talk about it. But I think we would get a lot further, a lot faster if we would stop getting so mired down and going back and forth. It's just bigger than your prejudices. It's bigger than all your uncles had light-skinned wives. It's bigger than that. And if we don't get to the actual meat of the matter, we're not going to get anywhere because we down here arguing over whether or not the baby should, be with this light skinned man over his dark skinned baby mother. Like, what is that? This is a waste of my time. And I feel like it's people who have platforms like her who should be having these kinds of conversations, but they want to get on here and say, well, if I offended you, then that's my bad. But I didn't mean.
I was just trying to up myself. I was feeling myself that day, and I consider myself a yellow bone, so I was just pumping myself. My man loves me, so I was like, if this bitch does not shut the fuck up, I'm never listening to a Danny Lane song again. I don't know which one it is, but I'm not listening.
What is she? I was like, what did she sing?
Girl,
I had to Google her.
I couldn't tell you.
I think this is just for the young
She don't really say. She like a talker. She a talker.
It's a song we might know, but not off top.
All right, we've already given too much attention to this woman.
You're right. You're right.
We moving on, but I just, I know I don't want to take you guys too much time, but I just want to thank you guys so much for coming on, and I'm so glad that we were able to have this conversation. I'm so glad to have met both of you. That, that's the beauty of podcasting is like, it's just like you get to connect with people that, like you said, like are different. You might have never met in any other situation or circumstance. And we guys, can I talk? God damn, I don't know. And we get to have these conversations. I've been drinking this unruly wine that's probably been in my fridge for 2 years. I don't know.
Pass that to me.
Like, it don't expire, girl.
May, edit it out and make me sound smart. Don't make me sound like the light-skinned Danny Lee, okay?
Shut up. You don't shut up.
Make it make sense.
Never that.
Oh, my gosh. Well, ladies, can you tell our people where they can find you?
Oh, my God. I had to bring the cat up into the conversation.
Oof. Oh, my God.
She jumped into the...
The cat lady over here.
Oh, everybody calm down. Everybody in the chat calm down. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Getting Grown, you can find, we are available everywhere there are pet podcasts. You can find Getting Grown. We're also on social media under the handles Getting Grown Pod, on Instagram and on Twitter. My Instagram name is Keia Nicole. And Jade is Jade of all Jades.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sure we'll provide that to you, ladies, so you can put in your description boxes and stuff. But yeah, we would love if you would kick it with us around the kitchen table. Our show airs every Tuesday. And yeah, we just be over there talking about, the hood, the ghettos of being a real live adult.
And we have some pretty dope guests this week, actually.
Absolutely.
I believe we do.
We do.
Two young ladies.
Who is it?
I heard there's like two.
I don't know, two self-proclaimed heathens. But
sounds interesting.
But if you all check out Getting Grown this week, we do have the beautiful ladies of Good Moms, Bad Choices, both Erica and Jamila on the show. So thank you for having us so much. We are so grateful to be in your space.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Time with you.
Thank you for having us on your show. And you guys know where to find us. We're Good Moms Bad Choices. Good Moms _Bad Choices on Instagram. Make sure you join our Patreon, y'all. We have tons of other content. We got like 100 videos over there.
We have the
blog posts.
We have the new Deep Throating 101 with Samaya that you don't want to miss.
Yeah, honestly, we took a class. we took a class on deep throating by Sexual Essentials, and it does not disappoint. Let me just tell you, cucumbers are not ideal. Not ideal.
Don't try to join with a cucumber, but still join.
And you can find, I'm going to leave the link in the description of this episode, but make sure you go to patreon.com/Good Moms Bad Choices. You guys, we have a show. We have our LA show. Actually, it's not an LA show. We have our live virtual show. It used to be an LA show because it was pre-COVID, but then COVID fucked everything up. But actually made it better because now everybody can come.
Everybody's welcome. It's on February 13th. It's Valentine's Day weekend. So if you ain't got shit to do, now you got something to do. And bring your man, bring your stud, bring your girlfriend,
bring your stem, bring your stem,
bring whoever, bring your whole open poly community because all my boyfriends and girlfriends will be there. And what else?
That's it. Make sure you go buy your tickets. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Leave us that 5-star rating. Leave us a nice review.
It's free.
And
we love you.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Absolute.
Okay.